Hey, you're probably wondering where I've been the past, I guess, couple months. Um, I wanted to talk briefly about what my ideas are for the channel, for like long term, for the future. Um, I don't think I'm really gonna be on YouTube anymore. At least recording and publishing videos. Um, Part of my reason is because of in trying to play games only to be, recorded and broadcasted is, I mean, it's easy in that regard, but when you think about it, a lot of times you don't end up playing games on your own time. A lot of times I'm one to appreciate things on my own, when I'm just, like a home alone, or maybe just like late at night or something like that. Um, but while I was doing, YouTube, I couldn't do that. I had to save games to play until I could record them. And I had to wait until other games would finish first, because a lot of times I wasn't super ahead of schedule, because I would mess with my head. And the other thing is eventually it became a little more, well, it didn't really become more difficult, but it became tiring to try to keep up with it, for me at least. It's, it was, it wasn't too bad. But like I was trying to record in the middle of, my senior year, which, I mean, worked out decently, but it kind of fell apart around, like March. Well, it kind of fell around more like around December, actually, because December I had like 4 or 5 extra late videos, including the Christmas video I made, at least for Sonic Generations. That video was like, I think, a week late or something like that. Obviously, because I couldn't edit a video on Christmas. Well, I probably could have figured it out, but that would have been weird. Anyway, um, I underestimated the real difficulty of being an online gamer. As I mentioned before, I can't just appreciate things on my own time now, and I have to wait to be able to, broadcast my reactions in my voice, in my gameplay, whether that's broadcast or just record and then publish later. I guess, same difference. So I've made the decision to maybe just stop doing YouTube, and that might also include streaming, which actually I honestly I probably will end up stopping streaming as well, because it's the same kind of thing. I mean, granted, streaming is a lot easier, but I just, I found a lot of enjoyment in, or at least in my head, I found a lot of enjoyment in making YouTube videos, specifically gaming videos, or just, whatever. And I had for a long time, back whenever I had, like, an iPhone 4 or 5 or something like that, I tried posting videos, and they were supposed to be, things in like, real life and things like that. And every now and then, I would just record something on my phone, and I would want to post it to YouTube, but I never would. But yeah, I mean, this was like the first time that I actually was a legit, like, creator for a brief moment of time. I was editing my own videos, putting little bits of my own little fun stuff in the videos and things like that. And it was an interesting experience. Being something that I wanted to be for a very long time. But it was a lot more difficult than I thought. Oh, it wasn't really. It was about as easy as I thought it was going to be, but keeping up with it and, you know, the after effects of not being able to just, you know, have your own time to yourself and enjoying your own things. You know, because I've played tons of games since I've stopped recording for YouTube. You know, I've played like Knuckles Chaotix, a couple other Sonic games I played. I played Half-Life for the first time. I played Portal. You know, and those games were fantastic, and you know, I don't know when I would have gotten to those games, you know, recording-wise, so I'm kind of glad that I, you know, made the decision to just, you know, cut off the whole YouTube thing and just, you know, go back to being a regular gamer. So, which I think for me is, that's a lot nicer, I think. Which I also, I learned that, I tend to enjoy games when I'm not constantly talking over them, you know, and I'm just, you know, taking in the information and not, you know, speaking my stupid words over it. But yeah, and another thing about YouTube I should bring up is, I honestly, I don't see, you know, I don't see this becoming any easier to work with. I mean, right now, obviously, I'm doing nothing. I've graduated high school, you know, I've got my diploma, which is nice. You know, I've got some cash at the moment because of, you know, birthdays, and some people gave me graduation money, which is nice. I finally have a banking account, so I have a debit card, and I can, you know, actually purchase stuff on my own now, you know, at least if I have money to do it with, which currently I do. But I still have to work on getting a car and a job and things like that. You know, I'm 18, so I'm an adult, and I gotta figure out how to, you know, start living my life as a normal human being, you know, being a useful member of society and trying to, you know, do stuff. And that's always been a hard thing for me. In general, it's just trying to figure out what the heck I want to do with my life after, you know, I'm done with school. And now I'm done with school, and, you know, it's getting that time, and I'm a little scared. And I feel like the past 18 years have kind of just flown by, and the memories of everything that I've done have just, you know, kind of, they came back very briefly around the time I turned 18. I was like, every single thing is all led up to this, you know, everything, you know, and it was a little surreal, kind of, you know. It's high school being over, you know, not having to do school and all that stuff. It's kind of, it hasn't really hit me yet, which is funny because it's been like a good 2 or 3 weeks since school's been out. Maybe even 4, 5, I don't know. It's been a little while. I've kind of lost track of time because, you know, I just spend my days either sleeping or doing nothing. But yeah, I need to focus more on my life, I think, and get that settled. You know, because I don't know if in the future, when I have a job, you know, whether that be, you know, something simple or not, or whatever, I don't know if that's going to mean I will have, like, no time to myself, because some people work and they have no time to themselves. Obviously, if I know that's going to be the case, I probably won't get a job like that, you know, because I like having my free time, you know. And obviously some jobs have holidays and days off and sick days and whatever, but you know, I always enjoy having my own free time, which is another reason why I'm quitting YouTube, because you know, there's so many other things that I could have been doing when I was recording or editing. I mean, granted, when I'm recording, I'm playing a game, so I am doing an activity, but, you know, it's just not the same. It's not the same as just playing a game. And to anyone that watches my videos that, you know, has either, you know, been or is a YouTuber of the same, you know, type, you'll know what I mean. It's a different thing, you know. You have to have your brain in a certain mindset, you know, where you think you have... Yeah. Oh my god. I'm yawning. I'm so sorry. You have to put your brain in a mindset, you know. You have, like, just this invisible audience that's, you know, taking in every single word you say, and, you know, and you gotta be a little creative, you know, because I'm not the most interesting person on the planet, I would say. So, you know, it's a little difficult for me, but to try to be entertaining at least. But I think I did pretty good with what I did, at least. So, but I'm just I'm done. I'm done with it. I doubt I'll be coming back. I'll keep this channel up because this channel to me is my bridge from, you know, being a little innocent. Well, that's a lie. No. I see this channel as my bridge from, you know, being a teenager to being an adult. You know, because I started this channel when I was 16. I started this channel in the height of the, you know, the coronavirus. You know, that was around the time that I had been, you know, spending all my time just sitting in my house doing school, which was pretty easy, at least for that grade. That was junior year, I believe. Yeah, that was the ending of junior year. It was in March. So, I said to myself, you know what? I've got all this time to myself, I could just, you know, do exactly what I've been trying to do for the past couple of years, is become a YouTuber. And, you know, that's what I did. That's what I did, and I think I put a lot of effort into it, but eventually it did get old, so I just kind of, you know, stopped doing it. So, I don't really know what else to say here. I guess just don't expect much of anything out of me, you know. Maybe if something happens in the future, then I'll, you know, come back and say, hey, or whatever, but, I am gonna keep this channel up, because I see this as, you know, a very historical, you know, part of my life, you know. This was, you know, this is one of the only moments of my life that I think I have recorded and saved somewhere. You know, and granted, my channel could get deleted randomly like my last channel did, you know, if, you know, something just happens out of nowhere. But I will try to keep this up as best as I can. And to any one of my viewers that watched my videos, you know, frequently or often, or, you know, anyone that's seen my videos and maybe is seeing me in the recommended or whatever, however you're seeing this video, thank you for being a part of my channel. You know, it was a very small channel, and it wasn't, you know, super big, really, at all, and, you know, I had some mostly friends that knew about it, which wasn't the purpose. It was more so just for me to, you know, have a reason to talk to myself, I guess, because I do that a lot. I do talk to myself, which is another reason why I wanted to do YouTube, because I do just kind of often kind of speak to myself when playing games, like I have an audience watching me, which, you know, I like being like that, you know. I like being broadcasted sometimes, but not always. Anyway, like I said, thank you to anyone that was watching, you know, me play, you know, these stupid games and all that, and seeing, you know, my channel grow and my editing skills grow, and, you know, me as just a, you know, a YouTuber, watching me, you know, get better and better at what I was doing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you again for being a part of my, I guess, 1 year and like 3 months. Yeah. See ya.